Hello YouTube, welcome back to Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and it's been a while since I've done a video, and I think I'm going to go ahead and start me a new stock. I think I'm allergic to my air freshener. Ever since I started I've been sneezing and everything. But anyway, we're working on my gauntlet. And my God, that's a heavy stock right there. Yeah, it fits well, but it's bulky up here in the front. It just looks terrible. And I want to try to do something different. I mean, we're going to try to keep this part here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a few minutes. We're going to do something different back here. This is going to be just cut off. It's just going to be a hand grip up to about right here. So we'll show you what we got going on. But before we started, this was on it. And if you can imagine that, that was ugly. Just bulky and ugly. So I took it off and it exposed the bottle. Well, I went and got a bigger bottle, so I can't use that on there anyway. But what we've done here is made some pieces out of cardboard, and we'll show you. We'll put you here and show you. Alright, so what we have here is we kind of used the other stock as a template as to how far apart we needed everything. And I'll show you what I mean. Now we know this is going to be correct because I drew that with this piece as a pattern. I just laid it on top of there where it would go, and getting a kind of an idea of where everything's going to be. So about right there, and we could, well, we need to move that down. That was already where it's supposed to be anyway. Alright, so right there I have the cheek rest about the same height. And here's what we have. We have the forearm, which is a separate piece because I didn't have a long enough piece of cardboard to do that. It's just cereal box cardboard. And I've pretty much drew out where I'm going to cut. I'm going to recess this in the wood. This is going to be all wood right here. This one piece. So we're going to carve this out and then make this fit it down in it. A lot of machining. Alright, so that's just going to be a little old stock. Alright, well then, this here is just a piece of steel rod. I wish it was aluminum, but I don't have any aluminum that small or that big. But I need to turn a piece to go replace this plug with a steel rod machined on the end of it exactly like this one would be, and as long as it is. And then that'll give us our piece to start working with. This aluminum is going to be milled out to have a set screw to this pole here. Then we're going to have a threaded rod come in here, and it's just going to be put in with a set screw. This will give us our adjustment so we can adjust this back and forth. We're not going to be able to get height, so we want to kind of get that right while you're making the stock. So that threaded rod will be affixed to this, but this here end will have a set screw, because I'm going to make a band big enough that we can use set screws in the side of it, and both of those will be set screwed. So then that piece becomes one. Alright, then the butt piece, which I'm probably going to take off of this one and affix it to a piece of same stuff I made the other back butt plate. So it's just 1/4 inch aluminum. And then it'll have a threaded rod that goes through, and it will be threaded in this hole right here. So that way you can turn that in or out wherever you want and have a set screw with a piece of brass in the side of this. And your copper down in it, and then a set screw so that you don't mar up your threads. So eventually that brass will fix it or shape itself to the threads, and it'll start working really good or really bad, whatever comes first. But we'll probably use 3/8 threaded rod for that, and same thing with this, 3/8 with a piece of aluminum round drilled in the middle, and maybe put some ridges in it so that when you turn it you got a grip, some kind of grip around it. And that's basically just making sure you can get them uniform, and just take a file or a mill, or either one. File will be easier for you, just taking file halfway through the file, the width of the file, and then just go around and keep doing it and hope that the last one lands in the right spot. That's why you got to do your math. So anyway, that'll be a turn knob, which will make this go back and forth. Now once it's set where we want it, there's going to be 2 set screws going down through the top, and this is all going to be shaped to form your cheek so you can rest your cheek on it. And on the top we'll have 2 set screws coming down like we did on the Bison air rifle. So this is just a plan right now, and hope it works out the way I want it to. Now this is going to be a smaller piece. It ain't even going to be this. It's going to be a 1/4 inch piece here with this on the end of it. I'm going to take this one off and put it on that. So this is just to give you an idea of what it would look like. So I got this idea from Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts. And the gun my favorite gun that I'm using in that game, this is what I'm trying to build. It looks just like that one, and I'll show you a picture of that right now. So I think that's a pretty good goal to go for. We don't know if it's going to work out the way I want it to. Depends on what I go out there in the shop and find that I have available to work with, and what I feel like machining. It's a shame that I won't have the up and down adjustment, but I believe it's going to be close enough anyway. Because what I did, I just put it down there and put it in the very same location as where this one would be. So this one's adjusted where I need it. So it won't need to go up and down. And I ain't planning on selling it. So that's a nice gun. I like that. It's a 25 Umarex gauntlet. And I wish they would have used a tube tank to put on there instead of this bottle, and I don't know if you can. I might be able to substitute, because I think they thread in here the same, and use a tube like I used on the Bison air rifle. I just don't like them bottles. They look stupid. You're never going to pass that off as not being an air rifle. And, you know, bluffing is half the battle. If you go into a fight with this, they're going to underestimate you. I can promise you that. They will underestimate you. So, anyway, we're going to make that stock out of walnut. And I've got a big block of wood over there. It's down to walnut or wormy chestnut. Now, I got a block of walnut, and I'll show you that. I got this one because if you guys remember, when I went to make the stock for the gun I built, it was a piece of crap walnut, and he was supposed to send me a better piece of walnut. This is what he sent me, and it was even too short. So I still ended up having to use the wood that I originally got. It's cracked from here all the way up. It's got a crack here, it's got a crack here, it's got a knot hole, a crack all the way down through here. This may not even be good enough to do this. So I'm starting to lean towards, so you can see there where all the cracks are, right there and there. And that's what I was going to do to begin with. But I changed my mind. I'd rather do one of them military sniper rifle look. For the time being, my cat's using that for a scratch post, and I'm getting bark all over my floor. So the rest, the cheek rest, it's going to be walnut also, and then aluminum, and then one steel rod. I need to put a little bit of weight in it to kind of counter it, because this is front heavy right now. So we need to put a little bit of weight back here. So I'm thinking a solid steel rod for the main post. So that's what we're going to shoot for. I hate getting to that rest. That thing's going to be a pain in the butt. But once I get the this block, the beginning block that's got all of them together, once I get it milled out, I can use this as a template on the back side of this walnut. I could put it on the back side of that, and that would give me my holes and where to drill and level. So I think it'll work. It's just going to take some time. I'm either going to make an ass out of myself, or I'm going to build a nice stock. I'd actually like to put some kind of pad on the cheek rest. I don't know how I want to do that yet. You got to make sure that whatever glue you're going to use, it ain't going to let go, because eventually most of your glues, it'll start unraveling around the edges of it, and it just creates a maintenance. So I'd almost lean towards stippling it like I did the other one. So we'll see. You got to do what you know how to do and what you're willing to do. So this will end part one of the gauntlet stock build, and next one will be us trying to find the parts to work with. I do have some 3/8 threaded rod. I think I got some aluminum to make the turn knobs, and I should have enough aluminum to do the band up here in the beginning. So we're going to do our best to make this work. So don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think of our idea. and I think it's going to work out. I'm going to have to do some milling in the side like I did on my, well, sort of something like this right here. We're going to still keep this part somehow. It'll be different, but we'll keep that theme, and we'll see how this works out. So don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. You guys have a good one. Later.